what's going on with the weather, which was just a mix of everything if you consider what's going on in the lowlands and the mountains today. Mike?
It's been a very active day out there, and we're catching a bit of a sunbreak right now across the Puget Sound. We'll take a closer look at that in a moment. I want to just dovetail on what Erica was just telling you. Roads are bare and wet up towards Snoqualmie for now. Snow levels are going to drop down to about 2,000 feet later tonight, down to about 1,500 feet by the time we get into Tuesday night, and we are expecting another 10 to 20 inches up there, so don't let that fool you. Travel could be difficult tonight and into tomorrow morning. We'll have some updates for you tonight at 11. Traffic is most definitely difficult across Stevens Pass and Stevens Summit right now, where you are seeing that hard-packed snow there. In fact, not even really seeing a whole lot of action in the parking lot. Kind of suggests to me that folks are giving it a miss today. But tomorrow, it will be an active day up there, both traffic-wise and weather-wise. Take a look at snow and freezing levels. Something really interesting happens here. So again, we're going to get down to, again, possibly by tomorrow night, to about 1,500 feet. So we're going to continue to see accumulations. What's that all about? Well, Thursday, we're actually going to warm significantly in the lower and upper elevations. Freezing level, not snow level, because there's not going to be any precipitation that day. We'll get up to about 10,000 feet. But by the time we get to next weekend, we're tracking another system moving in that's going to send those snow levels back down. So the winter weather that we couldn't get during winter is ironically coming in during spring. We've had the front pass by already. We've still got a lot of post-frontal moisture associated with that will just continue to drive in a zonal kind of way, which is a fancy way of saying basically west to east. So yeah, more moisture will bundle up in the mountains. I'll show you that in a moment. Gusty winds are still a thing, especially off towards the east. That high wind warning is in effect until late tonight. Winter storm warning will be in effect for all of our mountains through at least Tuesday morning. That may have to be extended. And as I mentioned earlier, we could pick up another foot or two up at the pass level. Flood watch, you know what? Happy to report that most of our rivers are mellow. We did see the Skokomish get above flood stage today by about a half a foot, but I'm happy to report that it's already receding. There is some flooding taking place in some of the farmlands close by, but again, good news. The later that it gets, the lesser it will become. Along the coast, we've got some drama. We've got some gusty winds that will continue to get up to about 50 miles an hour and waves over 20 feet. Give it a miss if you're planning on heading out there in a small craft, or if you're even going out to look, give it some space and some respect. There will be sleeper waves out there. Take a look at radar right now. We are still active. In fact, we're still tracking some of that lightning and hail potential in the foothills heading up towards Easton there and off towards Bering as well. We had some heavier rain that was pushing through Tacoma earlier, and now that is moving off very quickly towards the east and converting to snow right around 2,000 feet. Forecasted winds will stay gusty through the rest of the night tonight. These numbers here will finally start to get into the single digits by the time we get to about 4 p.m. tomorrow, and then by the time we get to Wednesday, some calming and finally some warming as well. So as we put Futurecast into motion here, we're going to have some pretty heavy-duty convergence from Everett up to about Mount Vernon. We're going to continue to see that snow fire in the mountains overnight tonight. So again, as I've mentioned several times now, Stevens and Snoqualmie Pass are going to be a rough go overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. This is 9 a.m. We'll continue to see some of that snow pushing up there and staying active all the way through into Tuesday, when it'll finally wind down in the North Cascades, where Baker is going to absolutely clean up from this. Take a look at snowfall accumulation forecast. We've already had several inches out there, as we saw Erica showing us, but by the time we get to Tuesday morning and the lifts are turning, another 3 feet is possible up at Baker, another 2 feet is possible at Stevens, and down towards White Pass we could pick up another foot or two, and it looks like it's finally going to wind down as we go towards Wednesday. Over the next 12 hours, you're going to see that wind pick up and continue to stay gusty through midnight tonight, but clearing and calming will take place tomorrow. We're going to touch down in the upper 30s tonight, low 50s tomorrow, but take a look at Thursday. I'm calling it right now. 70 degrees will be our high in Seattle.